What's going on, guys? Nyla Symone here, and I'll be hosting Stepping Up with Serato. Of course, this is a new segment for Women's History Month, which is this month in March. And this week, we have two very, very special guests. I'm actually super excited to talk about because one is somebody I've actually grew with in this game, and then another is somebody that I have been watching for a very long time in this hip hop world. So we have DJ Charisma from the West Coast and DJ Steph Cakes.
Hey, lady DJs, let's stand up.
How you guys doing today?
I'm good. How you feeling?
Happy to be here, man. Charisma, how's it going over there?
It's great, man. I'm happy to be tuning with you, ladies, east to west. Let's go. Best of the
I
best.
know, right? I love this connection. So, you guys both have crazy resumes. I actually really don't know where to start and with who to start with, but I guess actually I do know. Let's talk about how you guys got into DJing. Like, what made you want to start DJing?
You want me to start? I'll start.
Go ahead.
I was a heavy party goer. Like I was clubbing every single weekend. I knew all the promoters. I knew all the DJs. And I would once I got to know the DJ, I would just go stand next to them and watch them get busy. And I was just always so fascinated. And I just loved it. And any chance I could, I would press a button. I would ask a question. And all my friends would they would
Hype you up.
Yeah, they would hype me up. They were like, yo, do this. Yo, you know how to do that? Oh, how you? Yeah. So I just, one day, my boy was actually DJing and he was like, yo, get on real quick. And I got on and I loved it. But I never thought that I would make it like a career or I just never thought it would get far. Until my best friend, who was she had a party on Wednesdays, a game night. And she was like, yo, just come. You already know everybody here. And it's just, it's like you coming just to chill, but you're working. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. So that week prior to the main event, another DJ had helped me and taught me like all the fundamentals, like the basic stuff that you would get me through the night. And after that, everybody was hitting me up for bookings, and I was like, all right, so I guess I'm just gonna continue doing this.
Nice.
But still till this day, I'm still learning new stuff to do with Serato and my music and all that fun stuff. So that's how everything happened for me.
Dope. I love that.
Nice. I mean, for me, I grew up when radio, I feel, was at its peak. So I was really into radio, obsessed with new music shows late at night, would sleep with the radio under my pillow type deal. And then, I loved it. I wanted to take it further. A lot of the boys wouldn't show me a lot of love. I had to figure it out on my own. So that's what I really did. I just piece by piece bought turntables. This was back when it was still records before Serato. And, I just piece by piece worked my way up, house party to house party, into the club, into radio. And just, that's how I really got my start. Just bottom up.
When you say that the boys always give you a hard time, do you have any crazy stories where a guy tried to pull your card and you had to show him how it's done type thing?
I mean, I feel that's been my whole career in a way, you know what I mean? And there's so many moments, but just in the early stages, when it was real technical and you had to have someone teach you, or or if no one gave you wisdom, it was even harder because you really had to dive into it and teach yourself. Beat counting and all of that. Like I said, it was before Serato, so I just really had to teach myself. But I was like Steph too. I used to go to the club and just stand by the DJ. Never wanted to dance, never really wanted to party. I always just wanted to watch the DJ. So I did a lot of observing and watching, and that's a lot how I got a lot of my skill in the early days.
Nice. No, that's fly. I remember when I first started DJing, a DJ came up to me, and then I'm also DJing in a city that I'm not from, so I got a lot of hell for that. But one DJ came up to me and was like, next time I see you DJing in my city, I'm unplugging your USB.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
it is real.
It's just, I'm just here enjoying the music. People are enjoying the music. So I think it's funny to hear those type of stories because now I laugh at it. In the moment, though, I was really sad. So I guess the question I was going to bring up was what did you guys tell yourselves to keep yourself going,
I was that little competitive girl. So I was a little tomboy. So if you told me I couldn't, I wanted to even more. So I was very competitive with it. And it just made me want to prove everybody wrong even more. So, and there wasn't too many female DJs we had to look up to. I don't know about y'all, but besides outside of Spinderella, there was hardly any real female DJs, especially in hip hop, that we could look up to. So it was like we had walls to kick down. It was a point to be proven.
I agree.
Yeah.
I always tell people I really didn't have like a female DJ that I looked up to. And it was because growing up, I was actually more into like the Spanish lane. I always liked, I loved hip hop, but I was more surrounded by like, Spanish music because of my family and my community and stuff like that. So it wasn't until later on when I'm like, in the party scene world that I see, I'm watching these guys and I'm like, wait a minute, like,
what's this?
Yeah, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm just like you. I'm very, very competitive. So I'm like, I could do that. Like, I bet. And that's kind of how it just all started. I'm like, I could, let me try that real quick. I would try it and it would sound good and I would like switch it up right there. And then the person that's teaching me like, wow, you already know what you're doing. I'm like, no, I don't, but it sounds good.
It's that natural talent.
Yeah.
So how did you guys pivot into radio? I know both of you guys, Carisma, you were saying you was doing the house parties and getting into radio. How did you like kick down that door?
Oh man, I literally have rejection letters that I saved. I applied for years to get to the street team. You know what I mean? And it just took me putting in work outside in the streets and meeting certain people to finally get my chance. And I just got in through the street team, and then I just busted my ass when I was on the street team. And started breaking records in the streets because I was always around the kids, so I knew what was hot. And I broke the song "You're a Jerk," and that was like how I got my shot as an on-air mixer. I was the only female DJ at the time. And that's another thing I hope we see stop soon. I wish there was multiple females at each station instead of just one, because that seems to be happening a lot, But that was how I got my big shot. Was "You're a Jerk," got on air, and I never looked back.
Nice.
For me, yeah, I got rejected too. So I applied for an internship at the station, and I thought I had it because I already knew somebody that was interning there. So I'm like, oh, he's gonna put in a good word for me. Like, I got this, and I really, really wanted it. And I did not get it. So I actually did another internship at the Maury show. So I got to test the waters with the whole TV because I wanted to try TV regardless, but I really, really wanted to try radio. So when I didn't get the internship that first semester, my last semester of college, I needed one more like electoral class. So I'm like, I'll just do another internship again. And I got the internship at the station, and then I stayed there even after I graduated, and now we're here.
Nice. So I was gonna say, working in radio, like DJing for radio is different from DJing in the clubs and stuff like that. So can you guys just speak on like the difference? Because a lot of people are like learning how to DJ off of YouTube, myself included. So you kind of don't learn the etiquette unless you have a big homie or somebody showing you the differences. So can you guys just break that down? You guys can do one at a time or together. It doesn't matter.
So I guess with the like the club is I feel like you get to feed off the audience when you're in the clubs. Like, you kind of see, you know which way you're gonna go. Whereas in the radio, you kind of just, I don't want to say YOLO it, but it's more a little bit strategic maybe. Like, you got to think of the people that are doing things, or probably in the car, or just you have a more broad audience. So you just always have to think about that and take that into consideration. And people's attention span is a little bit shorter nowadays. So things to consider, that's another thing to like think about when you're on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, the club is, like she said, the club definitely, you feed off a people energy. You could be creative, you could be spontaneous. Radio's a business, so you gotta, like she said, you're dealing with the mass crowd, so you gotta play the biggest records, and we have rules and regulations that we must follow. So it's really just kind of finding how to put your own flair within their structure they have, that you got to follow. So radio's a little bit more difficult, but it's really mostly about just being clean and catering to the mass public, with radio.
Yeah.
And keeping them. You don't want to lose the audience.
Yeah, keeping them engaged. So what was it like? Were you guys always comfortable on the mic? I feel like learning how to talk and spin at the same time was definitely a challenge for me. Was that a challenge for you guys?
It's still a challenge for me. I'm still working on that. Like cracking the mic is is intimidating, honestly. Like it took me a long time to really I just get comfortable with it. Even now I still struggle sometimes.
Girl, I cannot tell. Don't do that. She's lying to you guys.
For real. Sometimes I still get nervous and all that. Like, I choke up. Just like I feel like Eminem on 8 Mile sometimes. And then some days I have like really good days where I just really
Kill
talk
it.
my shit.
Yeah. Charisma, what about you? Because yours is easy. You guys are going to a
I think like as far as like radio cracking the mic, it's really, to me, it's kind of cool. It's easy. You just crack it, just go for it. No one's really staring at you. For me, I really, as a West Coast DJ, I know in New York, you guys grew up on this. So your guys rock the mic. Out here in the West Coast, most DJs are, growing up for me, they were technical DJs. Like they didn't really rock mics. So that's something I had to force myself to learn how to do, was rocking that mic in the club. And wow, what a difference it makes. So ladies, do not be shy on that mic. Get on that mic, rock that crowd. It's super important to the whole vibe. So you got to do it, man, like for sure. Or get a partner that'll do it for you if you really don't feel comfortable. But I had to force myself. I just watched a lot of out-of-town DJs when they would come to LA DJ, and I would just take from them, like, okay, this is what we're doing. All right, let's go. And it just got more comfortable as time went on. It's just everything gets better with time, We're like wine, baby.
Yeah. Same thing with radio. Like the more you practice, like cracking that mic, the more, like the what's the word I'm trying to say? You just get more creative with the things you say. Because at first I felt like I was so repetitive, like just saying things. But the more that you practice, whether it be live or like at home in front of a mirror, you think of like little gimmicks or like slogans to keep to like run with. So gotta keep practicing. What's my slogan? Tu bicochito favorito, baby.
Okay.
Everything nice.
Wait, what does that mean?
Which one? Tu bicochito favorito? Your favorite cakes.
Hey, I love it.
I like that. That's nice. Charisma, you got a tagline?
I mean, I don't got a tagline, but I'm most popular for my drop. Charisma. Like, I can't go nowhere without people walking up to me yelling it like that. It's funny.
I love that, though. I love the language of the drop. Speak to me of my drop. I love
your drop with Angie.
Yeah.
DJ Nyla.
I love drops. Like, I'm a drop DJ, man. Like, I remember a lot of the West Coast DJs, they would get annoyed with me. Like, why you hit your drop so many times? Because I'm going to make these people remember me and know me. There's so many times I'd be listening to the radio, I don't even know who's mixing. Like, so to me, I really was about branding. So I knew how important drops were. Like, let's go. Let me hit this thing. And then look what happened. I can't even walk around the street in LA without someone walking up to me going, charisma, whether he's a guy or not, so it worked.
Man, that's fun. That is fun. I love being addressed like that. So let's get into like your artistry. You guys both work with artists, release music. Let's just talk about that journey. How has it been? How do you like it?
I love that. I love being known for that. I love that I even get to be someone who makes an influence in this culture. So like I've always been about new music. So no matter what year we're going into, I'm always going to be looking for who's hot, who's young. And then we end up just building. It's always natural. I'm never trying to force nothing. I just be myself around these guys, do what I can to help them. The love is reciprocated. So I love working with artists. Like I'm all for breaking new artists. It's even doper when the OGs like respect what we do. Like we both get to work with 50. So you know what I mean? It's mind blowing. Like this is fucking 50 Cent and he calling us to work with us. Like I'm still a fan deep down. I try not to show it. I try to act cool, but I'm still a fan and I love every moment of that.
Man, don't be trying not to show it. I love showing that I'm a fan. Like, you don't understand. I've watched this on TV. They hate when you say that though. Like, I used to watch you growing up on TV. Like, they go from excited to talk to me to okay. But I can't help it. And I also feel like it's weird in this industry because it's like if you're too excited, they like, oh, she's a groupie. But it's like, I'm really just a fan. Like, I like music.
Yeah,
but
period.
Yeah, But tell me about your experience working with artists. I know you released a song with Haas Irv.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And I know we got more music on the way.
Yes. It's just I honestly love being in the studio. I'm one of those people that I enjoy being in the studio, whether it's listening or whether it's working or just putting in my 2 cents. I like being in the studio. It's just something about that, like that vibe, especially when everyone's working. It's different when you're chilling, but when everybody's working and it's like, a creative after another creative, just like, I don't want to say shitting ideas out, but yeah, it's like, idea after idea after idea, and like just seeing it come to life. Yeah, it's like seeing it come to life a few days later is magical. So that's cool. But I love it. I love I love creating music. I love, it's been a while, but before the pandemic, me and a few other DJs, I want to say it was like 12, maybe 15 of us, we would link up like once a week and we would, just talk music, share music. We would hop on real quick and just go on a musical journey.
Nice.
And stuff like that I really enjoy doing. We got to get back to it.
Yeah.
But that environment is just, just keeps me happy.
So let's talk about this relationship, Branson. I'm sorry, family that y'all got going on. What is it like working with 50? I see you guys be having dinners and like, what's the family like? And how do you get in? This feels like some mafia thing y'all got going on.
I love it. It's amazing. Like, it's crazy because I can't help but think about the pandemic when we did the Branson brunches, that we were literally like partying on the sidewalks. Like, we just made something out of nothing. Like 50 really had Queens, a strip club outside of the strip club on the sidewalk of New York City. Like,
hilarious,
crazy. Like, it sounds crazy, but then you're looking at it and it was just crazy. Like 50, he's a G. Like,
yeah.
It's an honor, man, because I like, as the DJs, a lot of time we don't get appreciated. There's a lot of things, that people just expect us to do, and not everyone really make sure we're good. And for 50 to be who he is and to making sure that we're a part of this and we're really being taken care of, like from a brand standpoint, it's great. I love it. And I'm only one of two in the West Coast, so it's newer out here. We're trying to get it really going out here. Shout out to Branson, shout out to Star. When I got that call, I was geeked, man. I really felt like dope. And it's like cool. Every time 50 comes to town, we get the first call. Like, it's an honor, man. Like, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. Like,
I was so happy when Carisma joined because I was the only girl. So I'm like, the time female
that's
here.
fly, man. Y'all have a great lineup, a really great lineup. So Carisma, I know you're a Serato artist.
I've done lots with Serato, man. Serato is the family. I love y'all. Like, I actually got to do a collab vinyl with them that dropped a couple years ago. You still might be able to find it like on, certain places online, but they did a collab with me, but they believed in me, like got a vinyl pressed up for me. Like, one side was Serato.
Why are you acting so shocked like you're not using Carisma?
The other side was 5 original songs that I produced. Like, and it was just such an honor, and they've rocked with me ever since. And it's an honor. Like, it's an honor to have these big brands reach out and respect what we do. Because, it's hard for us girls. Like, I don't want to paint a picture and make it seem like it's been real easy. Like, we really got to fight to do what we do. So, it's great to be appreciated by these guys. I love it.
Yeah, that's super fly. So the songs that you produced, did you use Serato Studio or were you using like Fruity Loops Pro Tools or something?
Yeah, Serato Studio wasn't out yet. So Serato Studio's out now. I got it now, and I've definitely been playing with it now. But all those songs, were like Pro Tools and stuff like that. And just getting in any studio I could, because, I can't really, we radio DJs, the studio time is crazy. So just taking advantage, going into any studio I can, working with artists like the time I worked with Chris Brown and Dej Loaf, that was incredible. We got a song out. Y'all can go check it out on iTunes. Just getting in the studio with Chris, just putting it together however I could. You know what I mean? So like, and I made it happen, and I'm glad Serato appreciated it, and definitely. Oh, he's got one. Serato, we're here at the headquarters in LA, and they actually got one. Shout out to my boy McFly, the artist. He hand drew this, including all the other albums in the background, like Chris Brown, YG's covers. Shout out to McFly. It's the red vinyl. one side Serato, the other side is Real Record. You know what I mean? Check it out. Hey, they got it.
Nah, I gotta order one of
Gangsta.
those. Yeah, I need one. That's super dope. Big congrats on that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you,
Are
Serato.
you working on new music this year?
Yeah, actually, I am working on some new stuff. I got a video that's all done. Me, Little Kim, Coi Leray, Lady London. That's about to drop real soon. So be on the lookout for that
Ooh.
video. Just to work with Lil Kim with the all female track. You already know. You guys already know that I'm just so excited about that because she is the original ladies' night. You know,
Yeah.
and to be able to have Kim on this hook with me is crazy. I'm super juiced. And I got all kinds of songs coming. I'm going to be working with a lot of newer artists. I feel like the West Coast is ready for a new wave of artists that are about to come through. And I'm going to be dropping a lot of stuff with them too. So,
Man, the West Coast is actually doing great right now, honestly, as far as like their new artists. So you have a lot to work with. I really love Blast.
yeah, I knew you were going to say Blast. Shout out to Blast for sure. He's killing it right now.
And then I think Nana is king.
There's a bunch of people too. And we can't forget the Bay Area. The Bay Area is going crazy too. They got like Big Step
Pop
in.
Dad.
They got this song called Go Off that's going crazy right now. And yeah, we got a lot of new cats that are coming up right now. I love it. Blue
I
Blood
love
Clan.
Dang. Well, Charisma, I'm gonna be following you so you can keep me
Yeah,
updated on that
right.
or what's going on over there on that side of the
Wow,
world.
y'all got the sound right now though, man. What's up with y'all?
Steph, I know you did the Serato Academy.
Yes.
You're in the first ever Serato Academy class. Tell me about your experience. How did you like it? What did you
I
learn?
loved it. I loved it. It was amazing. Since like I said, I never really learned the proper way. It was very helpful to be a part of the academy and kind of learn everything the right way, and learn a lot of new things as like using Serato Studios, which I've been trying to still work on. But yeah, I loved it. I loved meeting other DJs too from all over the country, the world, not even the country. They were from everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was a really, really dope experience. I truly feel honored that I was part of that. And yeah, it was an amazing. I hope that they continue to do that. And it was great. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I do feel some type of way we didn't get to DJ. We were supposed to all have our DJ sets, but whatever. I'm sure something else is cooking up, and we're gonna get a chance to DJ for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. No, she said, by the way, I didn't forget. Y'all
I
owe me.
did not forget. I was looking forward to that.
Oh no, I love that. I know we're doing this for Women's History Month, but women in hip hop are such a vital. You know what I mean? Like we're the backbone of this. So aside from that, do you guys have any advice that you would give to a younger girl who's interested in being a DJ or a producer? How to get started? And for me, I think just something to keep her confident, because I feel like it's so easy to look online and you see somebody doing this and the guys doing that. Like what would you guys say to the upcoming people?
Well, my favorite thing to tell anybody is just figure out your own, figure out your own lane, and just be confident and stay in it. You don't ever want to copy somebody else.
Yeah.
Someone else's sauce might not work for you. Just be confident in yourself, because you are going to get yourself where you need to be. So I think that's the best advice I could give any DJ, female or male. Really trust yourself, be confident, and you got it.
Yeah.
And when in doubt, YouTube University.
Word.
I would just say, just be ready to put in that work. You know what I mean? Put in that work, and there's going to be days you want to quit. But if you really want to do this and you're passionate about it, do it, because the rewards are great. And it's such to not have to work a 9 to 5 and say you DJ for a living is such a blessing. You get to travel the world. I heard you saying you're going to be traveling the world, so it's but get ready. It don't come easy. So, you know what I mean? And now with Serato and with the computer, anyone can DJ, or they think they can, but the good ones will stand apart. But you get ready to put in that work and just really work hard, ladies, especially being a lady. Don't think it's going to be any easier. Just you got to put in double the work, I feel. So as a woman, get ready, put in that work. It's all good though, because that's what we women do in any industry. We got to put in that extra work. So as a female, come in here and go hard, and don't be afraid to talk in these rooms with these men, speak your voice and stand solid on what you're talking and what you're doing, and when it's time for those moments, execute and perform, and it'll speak for itself, and you'll keep going and you'll keep getting those opportunities, and you'll know it's right, and just keep going.
Facts.
I agree.
I like that. I might have to cut that up. I be doing like these little motivational I cut like bars that people say like for when I'm having low moments. I'm like, let me play it back.
Hear it.
So that was really good. What can we look forward to coming from you guys this year? Like when's the next party? What's the next movement? Like what's going on?
For me, I'm gonna go crazy with the merch. Music is on the way as well. Just a lot of content. I want to drop a lot of content this year and catch up to 2020, because 2020 was slow. So I just want to catch up, content go crazy. The merch about to go crazy, and be on the lookout for J.I. wherever y'all see him. I'll be there with him.
Congrats on that.
Thank you. And that's about it for me.
But by the way, Carisma, before you get into your 2022, what's to come? Steph Cakes got into a car accident, went on tour with a neck brace.
Yeah, man.
With the neck brace, like I've never seen no shit like that.
You at the Roxy, girl. I remember that. Like, definitely. You guys had a show at the Roxy in Hollywood, and it just happened. Like, wow, man.
Literally, like a few days.
Strong woman right there. Let's go.
Yeah, commendable. I love that. I respect that so much. Carisma, what's coming up for you?
Like I said, I got videos, I got music coming. Of course, you can catch me on the radio. We're both actually, you can Sirius XM, all these different shows. Serato. I'm actually from the West Coast. I got my own strain in the cannabis world.
Nice.
So I'm trying to really break into that scene, because I've always been the DJ for that scene out here. So I was like, I got to get my own strain, and there's not too many women in cannabis. So I'm trying to also break down those walls. Just interviews. You can expect a lot of content, a lot more new artists. Just stay tapped in. You know what I mean? Let's go. Who knows what's next?
Carisma, I got a question for you. How do you what's something you look for when you're trying to find new artists?
I feel like that's what makes me Carisma. That's what makes you Steph. Like, we got an ear. We got a special ear that God gave us, and we're able to really just. And if you know it, girl, like if that tingles in you and you're like, yeah, I'm vouching for this cat. Like, they're going to be dope. We just know it.
Are you someone that
something you just know?
Are you someone that cares about numbers?
No, I mean, like being in the industry, you kind of learn the balance. Everything in life is a yin and a yang, because there's been artists who I knew had fucking talent and they were incredible, but they just weren't a star. You know what I mean? You got to, as we go through this and we learn the game, there's a balance to it, but I don't really pay attention. The first thing I do is my instinct. You know what I mean? If I fuck with it and it's something like, wow, you're dope. Like, that's really the first thing I go on. And then I kind of, after that, we'll just look at things, but I'll show love to that artist regardless, because I know they got talent. You know what I mean?
I get that.
And then there's songs that I just don't understand, but I know the shit's popping, and I know how to step outside of. I'm not a stubborn DJ like a lot of the old school backpack DJs. You know what I mean? So I don't do that. If I see something, I was one of the first ones playing Tatiana Blueface. It's just like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it now. The kids fuck with it. It is what it is. I got you guys. I'm going to play this thing. Let's get it on the radio. And, there's just a balance. Every song is different. Every artist is different,
Actually, before we wrap, how do you guys both decide on what records you break on radio?
You just try to get it in where you can, huh, girl? It's so hard. The list is so small. We fight. And sometimes when they push back too much, you kind of know when just be like, damn, all right. But it's just a constant, which one to super go hard on and which one you got to argue with your bosses with,
Yeah.
It's a very tight list when it comes to radio, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Very tight.
So. I feel like nobody ever believes me when I tell them that.
You have 15 songs almost basically that you need to repeat every 15 minutes due to PPM. Radio. When PPM came in, it changed the game in radio, unfortunately. And hopefully, Spotify and all these other platforms are rechanging the game. So we'll see what happens to radio in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I'm really actually nervous about it. I know it's gonna restructure everything.
Yeah, hopefully the bosses get it. Hopefully we got some bosses that see the future and know how to jump on the wave instead of getting left behind. That's what I'm hoping for.
What about you, Steph? How we get you to break the records?
I gotta see. I don't. It's
gotta
hard.
feel it.
Yeah, I gotta feel it. Like, since I feel like I'm still kind of new on radio, I am not ready to take those big risks yet, if that makes any sense. So I try to play it safe. It's very difficult to like break a unknown artist. So
I get that, and I respect it. I respect both of you guys. Thank y'all so much for chopping it up with me today on Stepping It Up with Serato.
Definitely, thank you. But all the artists, if any artists are out there looking, just always know that we also got multiple platforms because we know radio is tight. So just know, always reach out to us, always send us music because we got other platforms too that kind of like it's levels to this shit, So we, we'll work you in there and that'll always help your career. So never be afraid to hit us up. Send us some music.
Great point.
facts.
Great point. Word. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Carisma, man. Next time I come to the West Coast, I definitely want to tap in with you.
I can't wait. Come on, let's go.
Strain.
Yeah.
I gotta bring you. You gotta bring. I need to try your strain and you try mine.
Hey, let's go.
Remember I did the cheesecake back in 2019.
Yeah.
Cheesecake.
It's Steph Cakes cheesecake.
Steph Cakes cheesecake. Can we get it? Is it available out here on the West Coast? Can we get that?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, definitely. And mine ain't available out there yet. So we're going to cross this up. Let's get it, girl. Let's go.
I love it.
All right, perfect. Until next time, guys, thanks for joining us for Stepping Up with Serato. We'll be back again with one last episode, I believe, if not next Thursday. Yes, next Thursday. So make sure you guys tune back in next Thursday for one last one to end Women's History Month. Until next time, guys, enjoy your day. Peace.
Let's go. Push for equal pay. Come on.